Are diamonds still a girl's best friend? Because for decades we saw diamonds as the ultimate signal of love, of status, and of this sense of permanence. But that idea in 2026 has changed drastically. Diamonds are under pressure from every single angle right now. There is general weaker demand, there is a slowdown in luxury spending, and there's also been an influx of lab-grown diamonds, which has totally changed the way that the legacy diamond industry has operated, which has massively affected the prices. So what used to feel timeless now feels like an industry, a legacy industry that's fighting to maintain its sense of relevance in the modern time. When we look at previous generations and just history in general, natural diamonds once held an almost uncontested role in the marriage ritual, as well as luxury culture more broadly. But in the present day, we have technology in the form of lab-grown diamonds, as well as changing consumer values, both of which fuel a wider skepticism towards these natural grown, naturally mined diamonds from the earth. Lab grown diamonds are chemically and optically the same as mined diamonds, but they're dramatically cheaper. A buyer who once had to compromise on things like the size of the stone or its clarity or its quality can now get more stone for the same budget. And that has completely reset consumer expectations. Diamonds weren't simply valuable just because they existed. It was that the market controlled the quantity of diamonds that were in circulation, and it limited how many people could actually access them. So it's the scarcity that drove up the value rather than the inherent value of the diamond itself. One of the companies that's felt this impact the most is De Beers, a 137-year-old miner that controlled the global diamond market. They've also been selling discounted stones privately while maintaining official prices roughly 25% above the market rate. This is a strategy that eventually became unsustainable, of course. It's kind of like a band-aid strategy, but you can only maintain that sort of margin for so long before people realize they're paying way overpriced for what they're getting. What's actually changed from the consumer standpoint? Well, for a lot of buyers, the option of a lab-grown diamond is very appealing because of a few things. Of course, the cost, the price of a lab-grown diamond is a lot lower depending on the retailer, of course, but from the wholesale level, because they're able to produce these lab-grown diamonds at 75 to 85% less of the cost than the mined diamonds. From the retail side, you can sell them a lot cheaper, and that's of course going to be something that's enticing for people because we are currently in an economic downturn right now. So how much people are spending on their luxuries has come into more of a spotlight. But from another very important perspective from the consumer, it's the sustainability and the ethics, because when we look at mining of diamonds and we look at mining of not just diamonds but things like cobalt as well.
There are probably tens of thousands of children mining cobalt on a daily basis. We were there actually during school vacation. So a lot of kids who go to school during the normal school year actually spend their vacations mining cobalt. And not only is it in our smartphones and our tablets and so on, but in every single electric vehicle. And this is the very big question for what comes next, because as governments start rolling out the big electric vehicle revolution, each one of those vehicles needs about 1,000 times the amount of cobalt in the battery that we have in our smartphones. So there's an incredible global scramble.
And battery technology just hasn't kept up, so we still need that cobalt.
It hasn't kept up, even less so have the Europeans or the kept up, and the Americans are lagging way, way behind. China has very smartly locked up most of the world's cobalt supplies for the next several years. So, and in fact now produce more electric cars than anybody else. But we will face a big shortfall of cobalt unless the engineers invent some new way of making batteries, which so far they're way behind on doing.
In the late 90s, we were brought to our attention because of the horrific civil wars in Liberia and Sierra Leone of blood diamonds. Is there blood cobalt in our pockets?
There's not exactly blood cobalt. You couldn't say that people are kind of fighting wars over this, but there is an incredible level of corruption in terms of who gets cobalt, how it's mined, who gets the concessions. And, for very good reason, we were blocked and harassed every minute that we were on the ground in the DRC by the police and the local officials who really didn't want us to start peeling back the layers of what was going on in this industry.
Let's just say people can sleep better at night knowing that their diamond wasn't potentially mined by a child that's been exploited, that's going through labor exploitation. Now with the internet and social media, for millennials, zillennials, and especially Gen Z, sustainability and ethics and quality has become much more of a serious conversation with regards to how people are acquiring their goods, particularly their luxury goods.
I could never wear a lab-grown diamond on my finger. They have no resale value. You're not even engaged and you're already planning on selling your engagement ring. It's truly just giving jealous. A lab diamond and a mined diamond are completely identical down to the science. Why are you actually upset? It's simply because you want everyone around you to know that your ring was $20,000 instead of $5,000. And you were fuming, running around here, losing your ever-loving mind like a chicken with its head cut off at the fact that a lab diamond is more affordable, more accessible, and more ethical to the average consumer. Like, God forbid that regular people get to have nice things without destroying the planet. And you're not defending tradition, you're defending exclusivity. You just want your ring to mean that I have more money than you, but you don't actually want to say that because it makes you sound terrible. And it's also wild because the minute that someone calls that out, suddenly it's about sentimental value. Girl, your ring did not come with a personality.
In the past, the natural diamond was seen as the serious choice, and a lab-grown diamond felt more niche, and it was quite controversial. And nowadays, for many young buyers, the choice that gets them the most value for their money is the option that they're going to go for, and that's what makes the most sense. I couldn't help but notice this pattern of this decline or change in the diamond industry also in other parts of luxury, specifically in fashion, with LVMH. This pressure on diamonds kind of slots very conveniently into a larger moment where legacy luxury is struggling a little bit. You, of course, have a lot of supply chain issues, a lot of tariff and shipping issues in luxury that's affecting these businesses and affecting pricing in a big way. So these conglomerates aren't just dealing with a market correction, but they're also dealing with a consumer now that is more price aware, more informed, and more willing to question heritage markups. And this same consumer seems to not have any issue choosing other alternatives if the emotional payoff is similar. So for me, that makes diamonds a case study in a wider legitimacy crisis for old luxury systems. Diamonds may still be beautiful, but beauty and cultural dominance are two different things, because there's so many other beautiful stones out there that you can get that are arguably more beautiful than diamonds, stones that are more rare than diamonds. You've got tanzanite, which comes from Tanzania, and it rivals something like sapphire because it's a fraction of the price, but it's much, much rarer. Rubies, of course, are a very, very rare gemstone that you have. You've also got alexandrite, which has a very unique color changing ability that people love. And I guess the question at the end of the day is going to be down to people who love jewelry. I'm personally someone that loves jewelry. I really love watches, and I love rings as well, and I love really nice necklaces. I love seeing beautiful jewelry on people. I think jewelry, it's one of the things other than fashion that communicates to someone or tells people about us without us having to say a word. So it has just as strong, if not stronger, of a communication than clothes do. Engagement ring purchases and ring purchases for marital purposes are a big part of the jewelry market. So for the people who, I'm chronically single, so I can't answer this question, and I have no I have no personal anecdotes to add here, so I'm going to need all the lovely coupled or engaged or married people to chime in here in the comments. First of all, do you prefer lab-grown diamonds or do you prefer natural stones? What is your preference and why? I mean, some people have pictures saved on their phones and they're like, yeah, and they're not even in a relationship and they're like, this is the ring that I need. My ring has to be like this. I know there's people that are very particular with their stones, and if that's you and you are not someone that prefers a diamond and you prefer another stone, what is that stone? Tell us in the comments. Share with us. What do you have your eye on? Are diamonds still the ultimate signal of love and romance and happiness? Or are they becoming just another luxury item that's competing on price and ethics and its meaning? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. All the best.